Good morning, welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. I'm Mark and today I'm going to take you for a walk around our 2002 Holden Astra City Equipe sedan. Usually we would probably be reluctant to be retailing a car that's 2002, but you're going to see why in this instance we are, because the quality of the car is outstanding. Was traded in on a later model car, and starting at the front, you can see it's finished in metallic black. We've got the large bonnet protector on the front of the car, and look at the condition of the front bumper, the bonnet and everything. It's actually impeccable for its age. Driving lights down in the bottom of our front bumper bar, and as we move around to the driver's side of the car, the condition of the exterior is going to really impress you. Factory alloy wheels, the tyres are pretty much near new all round on the car. Colour-coded exterior mirrors. And as we come down the driver's side, the thing that really impresses me is that there are very few marks on this car. A really minor one just on that right-hand rear door, and a small touch-up on the back of the door itself. So once again, the exterior presents really well, and the consistency continues coming around to the rear of the car. I think I did say this car was a sedan at the start of the video. It is a hatch. But we'll touch on that a little bit further shortly. All of our distinctive chrome badging through the tailgate. Once again, look at the condition of the tailgate, the rear bumper bar. Yeah, I'm super impressed with the presentation of this car, and it continues as we come around the passenger side as well. Once again, and I will highlight it, a couple of very minor little touch-ups just around our left-hand rear door handle. The alloy wheels present pretty much as new. A couple of extremely minor little scratches on them. The left front door in perfect order. The left front guard. The overall exterior, honestly, you wouldn't actually think this car is a 2002 model for the way it presents. Back around to the front of the little Astra now. We'll have a little bit of a chat about the performance of the car. When we release the bonnet handle inside the car, it just pushes this little release tag out. So we just grab on that, get our bonnet right up into position. So it gives you plenty of scope when you're underneath the bonnet just doing your normal maintenance checks. Only a 1.8 litre 4-cylinder motor, so you're going to get really good fuel economy out of this little car. The performance is quite good as well. 90 kilowatts of power and 165 newton meters of torque, but it will deliver 6.8 litres per 100 k's combined fuel economy. So 52 litre fuel tank, and believe it or not, you're going to get just under 800 kilometres out of a tank of fuel. So back around at the rear of the car now, as I mentioned, hatchback, not sedan. Just simple matter of releasing our tailgate by pushing on the little button there. As you can see, it does have a parcel shelf. Anyone would think they'd designed it to use these to go bungee jumping or something, I don't know. So obviously we can keep all of our, come on Mark, get with it, all of our items that are in the back of the car securely out of sight when the tailgate's closed. Still a good size storage area, full size spare in this car as well. And in the event we need to store additional items in the back, we have the flexibility of dropping those second row seats down if we need to. Okay, we're inside the Astra now, and the quality and the way it's been looked after continues really consistent with its way it presents. In our driver's area, manual windows in the Astra, the good old days of windy windows. We've got our headlight switch here. Also got our buttons for our driving lights, adjustment for the brightness on our dashboard, and height adjustment for our headlights. Obviously, being European, our indicators are on our left side, our wipers are on our right side, and we do have a height and reach adjustable steering wheel. Simply a matter of setting ourselves up, locking it away into position. Slightly different to your standard car where the lever goes horizontal to lock or unlock. Move into the center console section. We've got our little multi-function screen here. Just tells us what channel our radio's on. Also gives us our outside temperature and time of day. probably be helpful if we reset the clock there. And then directly below our air conditioning vents, we've got our AM/FM single disc CD player, and then all of our heating and cooling controls directly below that. We've got the air conditioning running extremely quiet in its operation. So the way it's set up, she's just a fairly basic, straightforward setup, which is good. Little storage compartment here, which is quite deep. Back in the era of when cars actually had ashtrays in them, I don't know that it's ever been used. Going by the cigarette lighter, it doesn't look like it. Our T-bar auto, it's just a simple 4-speed auto. We've also, as you can see there, we've got a button to change it to sports mode. And then also down on the left-hand side there is just another button to alter the transmission to winter mode as well. Just give you a little bit more traction in the wet roads. Our handbrake directly behind, and just a very small storage compartment there. Our drink holders in the Astra are in the door trims themselves, and also if you do open the glove box, you do have a couple more drink holders there. Obviously probably not going to utilise those when we're driving. Part of the reason we focused on this little car and you know, obviously on selling it is obviously the condition that you've seen, but also the service history. We just flicked through the services in this car. It's a little bit challenging to hold this book open, but our services have pretty much been carried out every 10,000 Ks since new, all the way through, and the majority done at a Holden dealer. It looks like the only time they've forgotten to stamp the book was at the 90K service, but then we flick over to the big one, which is the 100K service, and also carried out at Watson Holden. So, you know, the majority dealership serviced, and then we've done a current intermediate service on the car as well. So extremely impressive the way it's been maintained. So just in summary, really impressive little price range automatic car, ideal first car. Only just over 100,000 kilometres, 6.8 litres combined per 100 Ks, so super economical car, only 100,000 kilometres. Did I say that already? Anyway, most importantly, hope this gives you a great idea of the quality of our car, and if you've got any further questions, jump on the phone 9907 0555.